What's up, guys? The fish tank madness continues. Tonight, I'm setting up an aquarium with Seachem Flourite, the aquarium plant substrate. There's tons of questions around this substrate. It's a super confusing thing to understand. There's 5 different kinds of Seachem Flourite. There's Seachem Flourite sand. And in particular tonight, I want to talk about one thing in particular when it comes to Seachem Flourite, and that is rinsing this stuff. So many people have questions when it comes to rinsing, and that's what I'm going to help you with tonight. So by the way, if you're wondering about this build, this is a ladder shelf. That's an old ladder. Yes, it's kind of a crazy build. Follow my main channel, Palmer Aquatics, for a video to be released on that as soon as possible. So let's deep dive into the Seachem Flourite and rinsing this stuff. First things first, a lot of people seem to be confused on what Seachem Flourite actually is. This is a planted tank substrate completely aimed at growing plants, and it is a nutrient-rich substrate. You know, a lot of other substrates have 0 nutrients, you know, like sand, Eco-Complete, and I'll be honest, a lot of these substrates, it's kind of confusing understanding all of this, and that's why I'm doing a lot of these video series to help you guys. And Seachem Flourite is a clay-based substrate. That means that it's mainly made out of clay. And the reason for this is because clay is really rich on iron, and plants happen to love iron. So now that we know what it is, now the question comes up, should we be rinsing this nutrient-rich substrate? So a lot of people argue, if you rinse it, it takes forever, it's super dirty, while others say you're not supposed to rinse it, and that's why it's so dirty, because the substrate is essentially breaking apart as you rinse it. So what is the correct answer? And guys, please remember, I'm going to give you my best opinion. I've been using this stuff for years, and my opinion on this is you should rinse this stuff a little bit. And here's the deal. I've tried completely not rinsing it, and it just kind of like deploys a bomb inside your fish tank, and your filters have to fix it all. And that's not right. So what's happening here is that a silt-like layer is coming off of the substrate, and it's getting into your water column. So a little bit of rinsing should be adequate. But here's the deal. You can continuously rinse this stuff over and over and over, and that's because the substrate is essentially breaking down as you're rinsing it, where it's designed to kind of sit in your tank and to hold still and not move around, and that's where it's supposed to hold the nutrients, you know, because you're essentially rinsing away the nutrients of the clay-based material. And you can see me in this video. I'm about to rinse the Flourite, and I gotta say, it would be a complete nightmare if you're doing this on a larger tank and you don't rinse the substrate in buckets and then bring it into the tank. This is a small little nano 5-gallon Marineland tank, and it's easy to bring right over to the sink and kind of just rinse it and then dump it and rinse it again. People want a particular answer. What I'm doing here is I think I rinsed this substrate like 5 times, and then I just went with it. And here's the deal. Even though I rinsed this stuff 5 times, when I set it up in this tank to kind of let it settle, the water was still super murky. So please, plan on that happening no matter what, pretty much. And what happens is you need to let this stuff sit for a couple days to kind of just mellow out, and then maybe do a gravel vacuum if you want. But guys, that's the nutrients that you're seeing in the water that the plants are going to feed on in the substrate. Hopefully that helps you kind of answer on how to rinse this stuff. So yeah. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped you answer some of your questions when it comes to rinsing Seachem Flourite. I have other videos regarding this plant substrate. It's a bit confusing, and that's why I want to do a video series on this. So if you're wondering, Chris, why are you doing 4 different videos on this one particular plant substrate? And that's because there's tons of questions in the industry regarding this stuff. So it's like, I feel obligated to do this because so many people send me questions. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Seachem Flourite and rinsing it. Have you had a heck of a time? I know a lot of people have tons of crazy stories. I rinsed it for days, or I didn't rinse it and it destroyed my filter, and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know. Please let me know what you're thinking. I like hearing from you guys, and let me know what your next build is. So, all right. Woo! Seachem Flourite rinsing.